The Spotlight, the place to express yourself and keep it 100, starts right now. This week on The Spotlight, the Sunshine Protection Act. As daylight savings time gets underway, U.S. senators and Congress pass a bill that would allow daylight savings time to become permanent. Why many politicians say that changing the clock twice a year is outdated and unnecessary.
No more dark afternoons in the winter. No more losing an hour of sleep every spring.
While others claim that the change would force millions of school children to go to classes in the dark for part of the year and at times make it harder for people to be alert in the morning.
Teenagers naturally go to sleep later and wake up later. So I think this time of year is particularly difficult for our teenagers.
Plus, actress and TV host Lucia Grillo shares how she's continuing to bring out her vegan lifestyle within her own TV show she hosts and produces. Then, Wilson L. Bailarin is here to teach the youth co-hosts how to do the traditional bachata dance of Latin music. Now, let's get it on and get this Spotlight party started.
Hello, and welcome to the Spotlight, y'all. Welcome to the Spotlight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's just get right into today's show here, shall we? We got a couple of topics to discuss with you. So, daylight savings time has already begun, and the United States senators and Congress have already passed a bill that will make daylight savings time permanent. It's actually called the Sunshine Protection Act. Many politicians say that changing the clock twice a year is outdated and unnecessary, while others say that the change would help enable children to play outdoors later and reduce seasonal depression, according to supporters. Critics say that the change will force millions of children or school children to go to classes in the dark for part of the year, while some experts say that daylight savings time makes it harder for them to be alert in the morning. So the thing is, where do I stand on daylight savings time? I mean, I'm okay with daylight savings time becoming permanent because I'm tired of losing an hour of sleep, as well as seeing darkness at 4:30 or 5 o'clock p.m. here, even though 5 p.m. is the start of evening time. It may be afternoon, but it's the start of the evening time for sure, all right? But listen, daylight savings time has been around for us for years and for generations here. Let me bring up something I want to share with you, because they say that the harm is that when the internal clocks are offset from the solar day-night cycle by even 1 hour, they develop something called a social jet lag, and I'm pretty sure that term has been familiar with us here for many reasons, because sometimes when we're on planes, we deal with the type of jet lags or even change of times as well here. But a survey back 20 years ago found that getting 1 hour less sleep for 2 weeks has had the same effect on thinking and motor skills as going without sleep for 2 full nights. So basically, I know we all need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I'd say on average 8 hours of sleep. Let's just put it that way here. But it's always important to get good night's rest, or otherwise you're not going to be fully alert in the morning, or otherwise this has happened to me. I'm going to tell you this right now here. I've experienced headaches for less sleep here. So that's the thing we got to be careful of here. And and the Sunshine Protection Act, they talked about it for years, since 2015, and they got it passed. But if they do pass it, then we don't have to worry about changing the clocks for every so often every year, where we lose an hour of sleep or gain an hour of sleep. But who knows what can happen? I think this daylight savings time being permanent could work out. So we'll just hope for the best. So we'll be right back, y'all.
According to estimates, over 1 billion people live in appalling levels of poverty. Denied even basic standards of food, water, Nearly half of the world's population earns less than.
Now, Krista, make sure you stay with her the whole time. She's new to the country. This is her first day. This is a brand new country. It's a whole different culture.
Gonna be okay.
Now, make sure you stay with her the whole time. I'll be here right after school to pick you up.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ignore my mom. She's so annoying. She's totally freaking out about this whole thing. She freaks out about everything. She always does that. Ugh. Ignore my mom. So, you ready for your first day in the wicked castle of doom? I mean, like, seriously, it's so boring. I don't know how they could put us through this, like, every single day. How many schools do you have in your village? None.
These are the good times.
For more info, go to operationgraduation.com.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
COVID is still out there, and so are you. Yep. And if your last vaccine was before September 2022, you're out there with fading protection. Get an updated COVID vaccine and stay out there safely.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Still ahead, Lucia Grillo shares and brings out her inspiration of vegan lifestyle to the youth co-hosts. And Wilson L. Bailarin is here to teach the youth co-hosts how to dance the bachata with a little kick and spice.
Welcome back. There's many recipes for disasters to come, but for couples, well, let's just say nothing about that. But Food Network star Aisha Curry spoke to Rachel Ray that she was way out of her league trying to compete with her husband, who happens to be an NBA superstar. That's Steph Curry. Roll the clip, please.
Why did you feel that this was a necessary step?
I feel like I've been on a journey, since the day I started having kids. Once we had Canon, I was like, all right, now I can lean in and figure this out and figure out what works for me. And one of the biggest things for me that was a hindrance in a sense was I was competing in my own weird, twisted way in my head with my very athletic husband and thinking I need to do all of the things that he was doing in order to find my balance and to stay fit. And it took me so long to realize, no, my fitness journey and my plan are going to look how that looks for me. And for me, it's like less high intensity workouts. And it's, not doing the diet thing. It's like finding, living that 80-20 life and like making sure that I'm enjoying life celebratory moments. And then in between, making healthier choices. But for me, it couldn't be so rigid. And I found the best results when I kind of loosened up a little bit.
I'm really about to have a competition now with anyone that wants to start working out or exercising. But listen, exercising should not be a competition in terms of how much weight you should lose here, all right? So that's one of the things we should all keep in mind here. But I understand, I feel like they're doing it just because they just want to have a little fun, which is okay here. But when it comes to your health, you don't want to like overdo it here, because that could get messy. And we got to be careful with that here. That's all I could say. So on that note, we're going to move on and just be right back, okay?
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever. Complex. Too complex.
My name is James Tom. My crew is called the Top Crew, and we did one thing that no other crew ever did in graffiti history. That would be the kings of every train line in New York City. Well, the way graffiti artists got popular back in the days was basically by writing their names more than your competitors. In those days, the big thing was actually painting trains. Well, graffiti art is the mecca. It's where this art form evolved from. These are the beginnings right here in New York City. I think that this phenomenon and this art form couldn't have been born anywhere else but New York City. Back in the 1970s, there was no street art. Street art is another art form altogether. The only similarities really with street art and graffiti art that most of the people who do it, they use spray paint. Spray paint is the revolution. Spray paint changed the way we paint art. And I think that was your best question. The reason why we use the subways is because in the beginning, when this art form, when the major place was to paint a train, we would also compete against each other. Like guys from Brooklyn would compete against people from the Bronx, and the Bronx would compete against people from Queens. It was like a citywide kind of thing. And so you could paint your name on a train in Brooklyn, but it also traveled in the Bronx, and they could see it in the Bronx too. Eventually, it became highly competitive who was the most creative, or who was the most seen on the trains, and that's how we would know who was doing what.
For decades or years, she's been covering events and interviews that span around celebrities, red carpets, films, television, arts, fashion, music, cuisine, and so much more. I have a long list to share with you all here, but even as a talented vegan actress and host, there's all that here basically. But there's a reason why we mentioned the word vegan here, because she is the host of Eminence Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, and I'll let her correct me if she's wrong, but what a better way to say, please welcome the fabulous and talented vegan Lucia Grillo! Oh my! I'm sorry. I got so excited.
Your nose.
I think you broke my nose. I got so excited. I'm like.
I was excited too.
And you messed up my glasses.
So
what
sorry.
did you do to me?
I'm so sorry.
I'm coming out on set being like this. Give me makeup and wardrobe here.
Lucia the disaster.
Now that's a good show title right there.
Hurricane Lucia.
Like, oh, just a minute here. Yeah, I gotta get myself straightened up and fixed here. No wonder I have to go through this on set. I'm like, listen, I'm good to go. Okay, now. This is going to take a while for me to get it, but listen, just you starting out as a vegan and doing your own show, it's like there's just so much that you've done. Like, tell us how the starting of the vegan lifestyle came about and what got you into it here.
Okay, my actual lifestyle or the show?
Both.
Okay. So I went vegetarian when I was 12 because I grew up, my parents were Italian immigrants, so they would buy me pets and then the pets would end up on the dinner table.
Oh my goodness.
So to me that was very weird.
What pets are we talking about here?
Goats, bunnies, not dogs. We had dogs too, but they didn't tend to eat those.
Oh my
for
goodness.
some weird reason. So yeah, so those kind of, animals that people consider edible. And I'm a child of nature. I love nature. I love, from a kid, I could watch ants, doing their thing for hours. Love nature.
Wow.
So when I realized, that these animals, like the chicken, right? The chicken on my plate was the same living chicken that walks around and breathes just like humans do. I just thought it was weird. So finally, when I was 12, reading, because I'm a total nerd, reading something, and I saw this word vegetarian.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, I need to look that up, right? So I look up this word and I was like, no, there are people who don't eat animals. And that's where it started.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to eat like those, because they feel like it's some sort of animal abuse in that way, but it's like, I mean, just going through that obstacle, like, what were the challenges that you faced doing the as a vegan?
Well, okay, so when I first started, my poor parents, they panicked that I would die because they didn't know how I was going to get blood. So they would either sneak meat in my food, or they would make something with food and be like, well, you can just take the meat out. And I was like, no, I don't want any animal cells except my own in my body. So they finally caught on, and they were my entire family, from my parents to my cousins to my sisters, and then my nieces when they were little and starting to bake and stuff like. They would make me vegan cakes.
Ooh.
My grandmother in Italy in her 80s would make me vegan dishes. So the biggest challenge, I think when I was that young, and then, in the years to come before I went fully vegan, the main challenges were, when I would go to an event or a restaurant, I would be served like an enormous pile of steamed one vegetable. No salt, no seasoning, no olive oil. And I was like, really? Like, I have to be punished because I want to be kind? That was a challenge. Now I'm like, oh, give me steamed veggies. Like, I love it.
Now you're making me hungry over here.
Me too. The other challenge, the reason I didn't go fully vegan was shoes. And I'm not saying this in a fashion sense. I'm saying this in a sense that I'm from New York. I grew up in New York. And at that time, the only thing available was Keds, Tevas or Birkenstocks, or Payless shoes. So that's why I didn't go fully vegan until a little bit later.
Yes, you know, you mentioned about the vegan shoes. When I look at your Instagram, I see a lot of your vegan shoes posted on there, and I'm like, this woman's got good style and taste.
Thank
and
you.
like pretty feet. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Thank you, David. Ooh.
Wait a minute. And like, I'm like, holy crap. Let me just take this back a bit here, okay? All right. But that's all part of the vegan lifestyle, basically, right? Yes. So like, with all this that you do with everything with the vegan lifestyle, like, what would you say? Well, let's talk about the dishes, because I know you dealt with a lot of favorite of vegan dishes. Like, what would you say is like your most favorite and your least favorite here?
Oh God, I'm so boring. So this is my day. My normal day is smoothie in the morning, salad in the afternoon, popcorn as a snack.
Popcorn?
I love popcorn.
Oh yeah, you are like my mom here. She goes over popcorn all the time.
Does she? I have formed this addiction in the past year. I bought a little air popper. It was like really inexpensive. And oh my God, David, I'm admitting on camera I have an addiction to air popped popcorn.
Oh,
it's so yummy. So that's my snack. Or like I do, you know, I'll have a fruit or some nuts, and then in dinner I love soup. Because soup, like salad, you can put, people think salad and smoothies are boring, but you can always change it up. I always change. So maybe like if I want something light, it'll be like a veggie broth with miso and some fresh ginger, collard greens, tofu, and maybe some noodles if I'm gluten-free noodles, if I'm you know, if I'm in the mood for some carbs. But you can always switch it up. You can put beans, you can put mushrooms, you can put any kinds of greens. There's so much we can do.
It's the carbs that's the challenging part, because you know, we can only consume a certain amount of carbs per day, because you know, because otherwise it could affect our health here. Because even my doctor had told me about this here, because otherwise. The main concern usually for vegans, what not for us because we're okay, but non-vegans are always like, where do you get your protein? And we're like, at this point, I'm like, nobody even asks me anymore, because they're like, I have what I call resting vegan face. Well, listen, we both got our proteins from this show right here, Spotlight here, and from your show as well. Let's put it that way. And from Instagram.
We're so well nourished.
Both of our Instagrams here. But listen, aside from all that, moving forward, because you do a lot of like TV stuff, from like television interviews, red carpet events, and so much more. Because you've done, from what I noticed here, because you have been doing like what? I'm sorry. This is so much information I have here. I can't. They told me to read it backstage, and I'm like just sitting here. They go, David, come here, and do that. You know, it's like it's crazy here. Can only do so much at once here. You know. But you're notable in credits. You work with Spike Lee, if that's true. With The Summer of Sam here, and you've also worked with other films. I think you were on Ghost here with Whoopi Goldberg?
No, I wasn't in Ghost. Vincent Schiavelli, who was the ghost on the train, he was a dear friend of mine. And he was in my first film as a filmmaker. So I'm an actress and also a filmmaker. I make my films in Italy mainly, or like with Italian subject matter. So Vincent was in my first ever film as a writer, producer, director.
And what was the relationship like when you worked with Spike Lee?
Oh, it was amazing. It was such a great experience. Really, he's just, you know, he was like, I kind of was spoiled to have that experience on set with him and the crew and my fellow castmates. Everybody was incredible. It was such a great experience. He was absolutely lovely. And then he became kind of a mentor in a way when I became a director.
Yes.
He watched first cuts of my first film, and I put me in a commercial after that, a Finlandia vodka commercial. So I really, it was really a lovely, lovely experience.
Yes.
And I had lasting friendships that came from that.
There you go.
People that are personal friends and with whom I've worked on other projects throughout the years since then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we have more to talk with you about that, so we'll have more with Lucia.
Lucia. If you do this, it works. Lucia.
Thank you. All right, we'll have more with Lucia Grillo right after the break. We'll be right back.
Have you ever seen or heard of those red stairs in Times Square? Well, today I'm going to be out asking people their opinions and feelings on the stairs. So, let's go!
Hello, my name's Natalie and I'm at the Red Stairs here to interview people on the Red Stairs. So, what are your names?
Patricia Lockwood.
Lois Carranza. So, what's your name?
Sia.
Where are you guys from?
Leesburg, Virginia.
Springfield, Virginia. What made you come here today?
Cheap theater tickets. And we knew you would be here.
We come to New York City to watch the plays.
Yes, I'm born in Taiwan and I'm here for like a trip, like filming and all those stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts or any opinions on like just these stairs in general? Do you think it adds like a good type of piece to Times Square? Like, is it weird? Is it okay?
I've been coming here for years. I remember when there weren't any stairs there, and I think it adds to it.
To think there was actually a time when those stairs weren't there sounds crazy.
Does it add something good to Times Square? Like,
yeah, kind of. I think like because it's like it gives you a view because it goes up, so you can like have a different angle of like all the Times Square. So I think it is better to have like this kind of stairs because you can go like up there to like have a view like whole Times Square. So I think it's not bad.
I'm gonna have to Google Father Murphy Duffy because I don't know who he is. But the stairs are very attractive and people seem to be enjoying them.
Been around a very long time, but at one time it was just this tiny little booth. And you had to pay cash, and it has changed. I've been coming for like 30 years. It's changed so much.
She was right. Back then, it was only a tiny little booth. But look at it now. From the sound of it, people really enjoy the stairs. But Sia mentions one of the not so good things about them.
I see like a lot of people like they throw their garbage like right on the stairs. So I think like the New York City have to do something about that. But I think, yeah, it's good. I like the stairs.
It was pretty interesting to hear the different views and opinions on the TKTS stairs today. Check out the TKTS stairs in Times Square whenever you're there, because I know I will.
Peace.
are back with Lucia Grillo, and who is the TV host of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle. I'm still getting my Italian correct here, okay? Just forgive me if I get it wrong again.
Just do this, I told you.
Yeah, Lucia. Magnifico. Bonjour. Let me forget it, okay? I'm going forward here, okay? Well, listen, I want to talk to you about the theater credits you've done, because you were in the world premiere of Luigi's comedy. I'm just going to do this.
Luigi Pirandello.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll just let you say the names, and I'll just be quiet and just mention
I'll
it.
explain that to you. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. But the comedy 12 Letters, but you also, but there was also, you've also done like Buzzati's The Clock, and both at Cherry Lane, and when you did those theater works, like what was like going through your mind when you decided to do those, and like what was the inspiration of you getting involved with these projects?
Okay. So I'll start with Buzzati, The Clock. Would be, I guess in English, Buzzati, anglicized.
The Clock.
So Buzzati was, this is really interesting, he was, oh my God, what do we call it? In English, what do we call it? A crime reporter in Italy.
Yes.
So he would literally go and report on gruesome crimes. So then he started writing short stories. So Buzzati's The Clock is about this woman. Actually, he did several short stories about women who killed their significant others. Ooh. So we don't know if they are the victim or the perpetrator. I was asked to perform in that by a dear friend of mine who has an Italian theater company here in New York, and she asked me to be in that. Then she was producing a night of Italian one acts at the Cherry Lane, and she asked me to do something for it. So 12 Letters, Pirandello, you'll know, he wrote a play that is pretty well known in the theater world, even here, called 6 Characters in Search of an Author.
Yes.
And Pirandello always dealt with the duality of identity. So for example, who is David? David's a TV host. No, David's my son. So your mother would say, no, David's my son. And I'd be like, no. He's not your son. He's a TV host.
That's right.
So this kind of duality of identity. And in other ways. So I majored in acting at NYU, but I minored in Italian literature. So I studied Pirandello in depth. And one of the pieces that I really loved was a short story, a little novella comedy called The 12 Letters.
Yes.
That is all about these lovers. One is trying to fool the other. I saw you with so-and-so, but no, and it's about these 12 letters that this woman wrote to her lover that someone else has that was involved with her lover, and it's just this, intricate mess. Hilarious.
You're taking me on the Hot Mess Express right now here.
So I've always, since college, I've wanted to play this. I've been wanting to present this on stage. So finally, the opportunity came up. So I translated it from Italian to English.
Yes.
Transcribed it from prose to play format. Edited it down to, because we were doing like a 10-minute play. Edited it down, produced it, and acted in it. And I asked a friend to direct it because I just didn't want to direct it as well.
Right.
And it was hilarious. It was such a joy to perform this.
Yes. How easy is it for you to because you mentioned you don't like directing that much, but if you were given the opportunity to direct, how easy would it be for you to direct any of these things that you've done?
Oh, I love directing, and I do. I'm a film director.
Yes.
I've directed music videos. I've directed a lot of short form content.
Yes.
And I've directed theater. In that piece, I just didn't want to also direct myself. I wanted someone else's eye on it so I could fully enjoy acting.
That was the question I was trying to ask.
Yeah,
yes.
but I do love directing so much. I love it.
Yes, because you've also done like documentaries as well here with your Calabrese Films banner. Here.
Calabrisella Films. So Calabrisella means my parents are from the Calabria region in Italy. Calabrisella means Calabrian girl or little Calabrian girl. I'm by no means little, but Calabrisella means Calabrian girl. So I named my production company in homage to my parents, also because the only reason why I became a filmmaker is to preserve my family's history. So I started writing narrative films based on true stories that happened in my parents' region.
Wow, everything goes along here. But with the music videos that you did, what would you say is like the best music video that you have ever gotten involved in that you did here? Now we're putting you on the spot, just so you know, just because this is the spotlight. This is the last question because I want me to wrap it up here.
I'm feeling the heat. I've done everything from Italian rap and pop because I lived in Italy.
Yes.
To Brooklyn doom metal. So
Can you do like a little Italian rap for us, or?
I'm not a rapper. Actually, I did once freestyle in Italy.
Really? Can you show us it?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay, I get. We'll just leave it there.
I'm gonna try. I can tell you what I have coming up if you want to close there.
Why don't you do that?
Okay,
right. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm having too much fun with her.
I want this to be longer.
Yes, I wish it could be longer, but it's
too much fun.
Time just goes so quick. But just tell us what you have coming up.
So besides Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, which airs also here on MNN and on YouTube, I'm also, as I said, a filmmaker, screenwriter. I have in development a lungometraggio, a feature film between Italy and here, an original screenplay that I wrote, but I also am adapting a book to television to be an intercontinental, international drama series, an epic feminist story of one family of women starting in the late 1800s in my parents' region. This book really was written there, and coming to New York and then going other places. So it's basically the story of what women go through, told through this one family.
Wow. So, the next time you come on the show, we could definitely have you on and discuss about it, because we appreciate having you on. The time just goes so quick, You're welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
Our special thanks to Lucia Grillo of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle. It airs every other Tuesday bi-weekly at 8:30 p.m. on MNN's Lifestyle channel, as well as YouTube, as she said here, all right? Anything else I'm missing here?
Well, if you will have me on again, we can talk about so much more.
She's making me hot already, but thank you, Lucia, for everything. We'll be right back, y'all.
Quarterback Caleb Williams, he announced last week that he is making a move from Oklahoma to the University of Southern California.
He's in a USC uniform, but finally it's official.
When the stadium lights are dimmed, when the cameras stop flashing, when the pads are off, the pressure sinks in and it's just me in a world of expectation. Nobody can carry that alone. I went to college on my first year and I actually was taking 11 classes or 10 classes, one or the other. I wasn't in the position that I wanted to be, which was actually on the field and playing, because I didn't play the first half of the season. And so when that happened, it was probably one of the more tougher times in my life. And I was actually a meme last year. On one occasion was good and one occasion was not so good. One occasion was Texas, and where we won, and then the other occasion was where we lost to Oklahoma State. And the sad moment, I kind of turned off social media, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, and focus on, like I said, what I like to do, and then my support system, my team, my teammates, and then what I mean by my support system is my either close friends, really close friends, my family members, or my mentors that have been there and know me. Pressure doesn't have to be carried alone. What if we came together as a team? Embrace talking openly about our mental health.
If we reached out, checked in.
Seize the awkward.
Imagine what we could do.
I start the conversation about a friend's mental health by simply asking them, how are you doing? Whether that's a text, a phone call, or even in person. And if I get that canned, I'm good response, I sit there patiently, look them in the eye and say, bro or sis, like, how are you really doing? And typically they open up and allow me in their corner, and I sit there and listen to them and affirm who they are in the circumstance, that no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, they're gonna get through it.
I feel great being supported. It's almost like when you take a deep breath in and you're holding it and all these pressures just surround you. But then when you have a friend in your corner, you can take that exhale, that breath out, and know that the weight's lifted off of your shoulders. So at the end of the day, I want to be there for someone else because I know what it's like to feel alone. So just know.
If you want to talk,
I'm here.
I'm here.
We're a team.
To learn more about getting the conversation started, visit seizetheawkward.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold, brave, never a dull moment. But you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
I'm Dr. Jacqueline Walters. I've been a practicing OBGYN for 23 years. When my pregnant patients ask whether they should get vaccinated against COVID-19, I tell them that vaccinations can protect them from this serious disease. I know COVID-19 disease can be very serious in pregnant women. It can even affect pregnancy or the baby. Millions of people, including pregnant women, have gotten these safe and effective vaccines. Learn more at www.cdc.gov.
So from being a Zumba instructor to a Latin dancer and teacher of Latin dance for years, he's been a choreographer, professional dancer, performer, YouTube creator, personal fashion stylist, and the list could go on forever. Especially, he gave me this voice as well. So without further ado, please allow me to say, please welcome, as I shout, Isu! As he says it, Wilson Bailarin.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Here. So listen, I've been studying up about you because you've been doing it since 2010. It's like, how has that been going so far with the teaching all the dance classes and everything else here?
So first of all, thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. My name is Wilson Gutierrez, but my artist name is Wilson El Bailarin, which is Wilson the dancer. And I've been teaching since 2006 Latin dances and Zumba since 2010.
Yes. Since 2010, you've been doing the Zumba. And you also mentioned about your favorite quote is making people look good and feel more confident. Why is that considered your favorite quote here?
Because when it comes to that, not everybody feel comfortable, even when they dance or when they look the way they look, or the way they be in shape when they dancing in my class. Because dancing is for everybody. So I try to make them look good and feel confident, just having fun.
Yes.
And you don't have to be a real dancer to be in my class.
Right, that's it. But you could also scream, SU! And is there abbreviation for that? Or where did, the ESOOO? Can you tell us more about it?
So, eso means that's it. And it's eso! So you have to roll the O. Because if you say eso means that.
I am so sorry I mispronounced it here.
It's okay, I understand. So eso means that's it. You're gonna hear J-Lo, Mark Anthony, all of other artists say eso means that's it.
Oh,
You got it.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm ready to hear about this dance because I think we're about to do the bachata.
Yes. So I'm going to be doing a demo, and also I'm going to be teaching you some few basic steps. So get ready.
Well, let's do this here.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to be teaching a basic step. Lucia, do you mind coming in?
Yes. Come on in,
please.
Lucia.
Come in.
Yes.
Yes. I want you to be behind me. And I'm gonna be in front of you here.
And where you want me?
Over here.
Okay.
Yeah. So for now, you're gonna be my students. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
My students. Okay.
Okay.
So everybody, we're gonna be starting with your left, and at your home on your right. So this is my left, but that's gonna be your right. Everybody at home, let's follow me. 5, 6, basic, and 1, 2, 3. Tap together on 4. 5, 6, 7. Tap together on 8. Timing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, small steps, and 1, 2, 3, and tap. 5, 6, 7, tap, and 1, 2, 3, 4. A little more fast and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm doing a chicken dance here.
5, 6, 7, 8. So the bachata has 4 steps. From 1 to 4, but the timing goes from 1 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 and 8 is a motion, which is a pause.
Right. Well, what is the most common mistake when doing the bachata dance that people tend to do here?
When they dance bachata, they're trying to do, I'm going to give you an example. They go 1, 2, 3, hip, 5, 6, 7, hip. And that's not it.
Okay.
It's about footwork and then hips. The basic, it will be on your left. So we go 1, 2, 3, feet together on 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then when you have the basic step, we're going to add hips.
Yes.
And the hips is go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally. And you don't have to move your arms.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay. So first of all, let's do basic, and then you're good to go, okay?
Yes.
Let's do it. 5,
all right.
6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. You go, Lucia. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. One more time. Slowly from the top.
Yeah. Okay.
So we go left, right, left, right.
Left, right.
Left, right, left.
Okay. So
here we go. Timing 6 on your left.
Wait, let me give myself space so I could.
Feet together. 7. Slow. Let's do it very slow.
Yes.
Slow and basic. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then one more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay. 5, 6, 7. It's okay.
I need a dance partner for this here.
No. And the good thing is that because I love teaching, I have so many patients. Don't worry. Okay?
Thank you.
One more time. It's okay. One more time, we're good to go. 6, basic, and 1, 2, 3, and tap. 5, 6, 7, tap. And we walk, and tap. Walk, and timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. One more time. And timing. And walk, and timing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Eso! Say it.
Eso!
Say it. Eso! Yes. Now we're going to do with the music.
Let's do that.
And we're good to go. Here we go.
Okay, let's hit the music here.
Música, maestro. Here we go. On your left. On your left. Timing, slowly. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go. Tap. There you go, Lucia. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you mind if I do it, Lucia?
Yes.
And then
okay.
you're gonna go ahead, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's do it. So Go ahead.
5. You go to your right, and I'm going to my left. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, top. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eso! Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly, keep going, keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feel the music. Eso! We got it! Good job, yeah! Now, do you want to try it with
Yeah,
us?
let's do it.
Now,
Yeah.
your left hand and put your right arm open.
Okay. Oh, right there.
You go to your left. Here we go, to your left.
To your
5,
left.
6, 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. Follow on your house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2,
I don't know what I'm
3,
doing
4,
here.
5, 6, 7.
I-
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Tell what I'm doing.
Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eso! Eso! Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome, Wilson O'Donnell. Thank you. We'll be right back, y'all, while I faint.
Hey, keep dancing, keep dancing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Today we are at Madison Square Park, located right in the Flatiron District, and today we are viewing Madison Square Park Conservancy commissioned art by Leonardo Drew. The City in the Grass was made to be an immersive, engaging, and interactive piece. He uses many different natural materials and techniques in his work, like oxidizing and weathering. He wants the sculpture to be walked on. He feels as if walking along the art piece will enhance the sculpture's life and add to the art piece. The City in the Grass piece was made with a mixture of mediums, such as sand mixed with latex paint, layered on wood, and aluminum, giving it this textured look.
Leonardo Drew was chosen for the Conservancy's 38th Commission Art Exhibition and created his art piece, The City in the Grass, an abstract cityscape that extends over 100 feet long, being heavily inspired by East Asian designs, Persian carpets, and the children who visit his studio. Let me give you a little backstory on who Leonardo is. Leonardo Drew has had a strong passion for art at a very early age and had his first art piece exhibited by the age of 13. His work can be seen in many places, the Metropolitan Museum of Art being one of them. Let's get back to more info on the art piece.
So what is your name?
My name's Saba.
And I'm Michael.
So the first question I want to ask you guys is, what are your opinions on this art piece? I think it's really interesting. Like, it really makes you think, because like there's like really like a big part of it, like in the center, like a big building, and like it like you like want to know like where it is exactly. And I also think like the slopes around it are like pretty cool because like the kids can play on it.
Yeah, I also like the slope things because they were like a nice place to sit down and just like sort of watch people in the park. So I think they're cool.
How would you define this style of like art if you had to to define what it like is?
I feel like it's like pretty modern, not like Picasso, like it's like really like, weird with shapes and stuff. But I feel like it really makes you think because it's kind of confusing because you wonder why there's like the slopes and you like think about like, oh, where would this be like if it was like in New York, like where would it be in the city? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would call it also modern and like sculpture, like 3D sculpture.
So, hey, a special thanks to Wilson Bailarin and Lucia Grillo. I'm in a foreign language class already here. But thank you both for joining us. It's been a lot of fun. We're thankful that you came. We're thankful that you're watching us. Have a great week. I want everyone to help us close out the show and just we shout spotlight out loud here. So listen how I do it, okay? So we're going to dance our way out this and with the bachata as well. But dance whatever you can. Keep it 100 with your choice and take a moment to have fun. Express yourself and enjoy the spotlight. Let's just let's dance our way out. Music, please. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, come on out here, crew. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go! Let's go! Give it up, give it up. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Give it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, top. Walk, walk and top. Walk, walk and stop and step and top. Step and top. Let's go! Let's go! Give it up, give it up, give it up. Aha! Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step. Keep up. Let's go! Let's go! Come on, dance with us. Dance with us. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody say spotlight. It's Keep it up and 1, 2, 3, top. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, up. 5, 6, 7, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 5, 6, 7, up. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Keep it up and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go! Let's go! That's my students right there. There you go. Let's go. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Eso! Say it, say it, say it. Eso!